Guys, all you need for this recipe today would be some sesame seed oil, about 5 small tomatoes or 3 large tomatoes, a chopped onion, and 2 chopped eggplants. Alright, and 2 tablespoons of these spice powders. This is cumin, coriander, and garam masala. So we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of sesame seed oil here. Now, okay, so now you're just going to pour some sesame seed oil, just like, that should be enough, about a tablespoon, and then you're just going to fry your onions. Usually I recommend that you do not put an excessive amount of oil, just enough so to allow the frying to occur. And as it dries out, just add water, and it actually is really good with the cooking. So you save extra oil, it's good for your body to not consume excessive amount of fat. So just let. So there are a lot of good benefits to tomatoes. They're very high in lycopene and they're very, very good for your health. So I love tomatoes and I love to add them into dishes or salads. But basically for this dish, it's kind of like a stew, Indian stew with the spices. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It's really delicious. It's one of my favorite recipes. I don't cook it often enough, but eggplants give a really meaty texture. It's not one of those vegetables where you eat it and then you're just like hungry. So there's a lot of substance to it, and it tastes really good. It just melts in your mouth if you cook it right. You just need to know how to cook it right. So I hope I can help you with that. So you can see the water slowly evaporating. So as soon as all the water evaporates, I would recommend you fry the spices. So you're going to add more spices, 2 tablespoons each of the spice. Like I said, coriander powder, garam masala, cumin powder. I would recommend if you have turmeric powder, put that in. If you want to add chili powder, you may put that in. It's just a bit spicy. But if you like spice, add that in there. Add as much chili you want. It's really delicious. You can actually add, fresh chilies in here and fry them in, and it actually tastes really delicious. So fry it with your onions. Looks a little dry. Let it fry a little, and then you can add more water. I think it's important to fry your spices with a little bit of oil. Like so, and then you can just chuck in the eggplant as well into it. I'm just going to put them in slowly right now. Oopsies, sorry about that. Should have used a bigger pot, but never mind. Already smells so delicious. Can't wait to have this later. Be careful, don't hurt yourself. So as it's simmering, I would recommend you cover it with a cover. I just don't have a pot with a cover, so I don't recommend doing this, but you could I'm using another pan to cover it so that the steam actually cooks the eggplant. So I'm just going to do it this way. You can do it whichever way you like. I just move a lot, so I don't have a lot of utensils. So you just cover it like that. While that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make myself some really healthy fried rice. So you'll see what I mean when I show it to you. What I do is, when I create fried rice, I don't actually make fried rice. I make my own version of fried rice. So for my own version, I'm going to show you how it's done. Relax, it's coming. So I put some sesame seed oil. What I do is I put some sesame seed oil. I'm just going to fry my onions and ginger, which I've chopped up conveniently earlier. And I've kept some for this because I like that way. So with this specific recipe, which is the healthy fried rice, I would say you need sesame seed oil, onions, ginger. I'm putting 2 eggs in there and my mixture of quinoa and buckwheat because my body can't process certain things, but quinoa and buckwheat they love. So this body loves quinoa and buckwheat, so I make my own version of fried rice here. I'm just frying it, and as soon as the water evaporates, add some water. Use that tip, guys. Be careful. There you go. Be careful when you add the water into the oil, it may splatter, so make sure your heat is not too high, or lower your heat, or just stay far away from the stove so you don't get hit. It can be painful, and I don't want you to get burnt. So that's still cooking. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's looking good. So for the eggplant dish, make sure that it's the other way around, like the skin side up, so that the folds can allow the water to evaporate and allow the heat to distribute so it cooks faster. Put it the other way around, it's more difficult because the heat cannot be transported to the inside of the eggplant. I don't know if you know what I mean, but it's easier when you put it the other way around. So yeah, and then you allow the steam to actually cook it. Actually works pretty well. So it looks like the eggplant's cooking really well. I just added more water because I don't want the spice to actually burn in the bottom. And this is frying really quickly. So I'm going to actually turn down the heat for this. You just want it to simmer slowly until it thickens and then you're done. So this was at least just around 10 minutes. As long as you make the cuts, they usually cook pretty fast. So I'm just going to turn it off completely. I'm going to put this. Turn this one down. Open an egg. And another egg. Fry my eggs. Kind of partially fried. All I'm doing is adding my sambal oleg, about a tablespoon or so. I love it spicy, girl. I love it. You can add your soy sauce. I'll put a few too. A little water. Whoops. Kind of mix it. Looks like it's kind of drying out nicely, and this one is all done. So recipe for Indian eggplant dish and also my fried rice recipe. I've topped up my fried rice with some furikake, so it's a very Hawaiian thing. You sprinkle this on everything and it tastes delicious. It's basically a bunch of seaweeds and sesame seed and Yeah, it's the best. So I sprinkled it on my rice, and I'm gonna try some of it right now, actually, because I can't handle it. It tastes so good. Mmm. Oh my god. This is delicious. Just like fried rice. But I just can't consume rice because it causes my stomach problems. So this is my alternative version of healthy fried rice. I hope you guys enjoy it. And tip for this recipe, make sure the heat's not too high, because I don't want you to burn the spices. Make sure you always check on it to add more water in the bottom. And have enough tomatoes for this dish, because it's supposed to be tomatoey, and I would recommend 5 large tomatoes, and you have to allow them to simmer with the eggplant. And like I showed you, you have to put the eggplant the other way down, where the skin is up in the front, because the folds, which I've cut through where I kept the spices, allow the water to seep through and allow it to cook. So please excuse me while I go consume my absolutely delicious meal, but please like and subscribe my channel so that I can cook more awesome food for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any recommendations of certain foods that you want to see, I do cook a range of cuisines, so I'm planning to add that. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Take care.